Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. If you want to know more about what she does, check her out at www.enchantedSky.com. And there we are. Of course, this is Metaphysical Meanderings. This lady right over here. Here. I don't know. I can never figure out this screen. Anyway, the lady to your right, if you're looking at it on screen, is Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. A shout out to our good friends over at diamondsnaturalstore.com for all of your fur babies' healthy dietary needs. Give them a call or check them out at diamondsnaturalstore.com. Welcome in, Lana.
Welcome in. Hey, how is everybody?
Good.
I probably will have one more podcast. Next week, I do have a guest. So you guys know. Hi, Lydia. Shout out to everybody. I am going to have on a good friend. He's become a good friend. He was the person that got me into this. And so we're going to share stories and stuff with him. He agreed to be on next week. I've got a couple other followers, but they can't get on at 9:30 in the a.m. So it's like, oh, well, I can't really, I could tape it. I mean, yeah. So anyway, and so hopefully, maybe we'll be getting together around the new year. I don't know. We'll see. But in 2 weeks, well, that'd be 3. Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks. The 3rd of January, I will be doing my yearly predictions, and I will be going through everything that has happened through the year. Now, there was another thing that I noticed, and today it's odds and ends a little bit, but what I'm going to talk about today is the meanness of everybody. It's so bad. I have like at least 8 stories I can tell you. Like, it's just... And I'm like, why? What? And I know why. I know I can be a little snappy. I'm going to be honest. I gotta tell you. Never. No, I'm a Sag. I'm a Sag. Sages have hot tempers, but forgive quickly. And I just do. You don't talk. And I'll go, okay, I'm sorry.
So Lana's like this. I'm so sorry I just knocked you out.
Sorta. Hey.
Here, let me help you up.
But you deserved it.
That's right. Just so we're clear.
He is kind of right, actually. But anyway, we're just going to be talking about it because I don't know if it's coming. It's a little spiritual thing too. And anyway, so next week I'm going to be having my guest, and after that I won't be on for the 27th. And then because it's Christmas, I'll be, and then we'll be back ready to go. But anyway, I did want to mention that I predicted teacherless classrooms, and that was in January of 22. Mm-hmm. And what happened in Texas, they have teacherless classrooms. They have AI. Now, I still laugh. I taught 31 years, you guys. And I'm telling you right now, it is the stupidest thing anybody could ever do. What's an AI going to do when somebody's throwing crap across the room or going up to somebody and punching them? I mean, seriously, you guys don't know. I've been spit, bit, kicked. I mean, I taught 31 years. I'm pretty tough. Maybe that's why I am the way I am, because I'm not going to put up with it. And I ran a pretty good, effective classroom, and I had some of the toughest kids. Supposedly, one of my schools was one of the worst, poorest schools in the country. It was ranked when I was taught in Rockford. And so, just used to working with a bunch of tougher kids, Anyway, and so I guess for an AI, for them to just think that kids are just going to sit there and they're not going to be on their phones, or can you imagine an AI person coming across? Please put down your phone. Like they're not, you know what I mean? And there's no social interaction. And I'm going to tell you, these kids that are now my daughter, my 2 out of my 3 teaching. My third one's she's gonna end up being a teacher. I just know it. She's already saying, I think I made a mistake. I think I'm gonna go back into teaching. It's genetic. I mean, the whole family teaches on both sides. Everybody's teachers. The day is coming when teachers will be respected again in this country, and it's coming quickly. By the way, I just thought that is not just a prediction that I know, because it can't go on like this. Okay. And they don't realize that most of teaching, the good thing about teaching is that it's mostly classroom management. It's the curriculum is there. If you get the kids under control, and I'm going to tell you the secret, if they like you, you have to get the kids to like you. If they like you, easy. I'm dead serious. Anybody that's going into teaching, or if you're a teacher and you don't agree with me, tell me. Because if they like you, they will do anything for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people that I think sometimes some teachers don't understand that you got to get a good relationship with them. You can be a little tough on them, but you tell them, I really care about you. That right there, when somebody knows you care, and they like you, it's easy. Yeah. So anyway, but I just saw that, and I had to tell you that I read that somewhere. Oh, you're in teaching, Fawn, too? I'm telling you that like equals a cooperation. Yes, Tracy, I agree. So anyway, it was just hilarious to see that, because I'm thinking, now, how's that going to work? That ain't going to work. That isn't going to work. You know what I'm saying? And I laugh, and one of my daughters is, she's in the building I had been in before I came to Wisconsin to teach, and High Hawks Nest. And I got her first job because she started as a sub. She got her bachelor's and then walked right into teaching. And she came in September, and the kids are already out of control. And now it's much better. And they're starting to like her. And it took them a while because they didn't want to listen, So you guys and I'm going to tell you something that's going on. And I tell me if I'm not right. This is a spiritual issue. This is all spiritual, guys. The kids, they're hurting. They have missed that group of kids that stayed home during the pandemic. They're hurting. And what they're hurting for is connection to people and the good old fashioned kinesthetic learning that they're not getting on those damn iPads. I am telling you, I have taught for so many years. That was one of the reasons why I took early retirement. What's the most popular thing this year? Kat, do you have any idea? That's for Christmas. You're gonna laugh when I tell you.
The most popular thing for Christmas?
Yep, the most popular thing that's on all the kids' lists. You guys
a subscription to Lana's Enchanted Sky.
Yeah. No. Listen, no, it's true. Board games.
Oh,
they want the old-fashioned, hand-touching, operation.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
Remember when we were
Shoots and ladders.
Shoots and ladders. My granddaughter loves Jenga.
Oh,
and she loves dominoes. Plain old stuff.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to know something that you need to get these kids this year, and it's a spiritual thing, they're missing those deep connections with another person.
Yeah.
They're missing, you're online and you're using your fingers, and you're talking to, it's not the same.
Yeah.
That is what it's a spiritual issue, you guys. It's a spiritual issue. It really is.
So right now in Phoenix, there's a conference going on, and you can check more of it out at humanai.institute. And basically, this whole week that you have professionals talking about human AI. In other words, putting humans first before the electronic devices.
Yes.
And that's what I say. I think a lot of the meanness and kids are kids. Nothing's changed there, right?
No.
They long for attention. They long to be heard. Yep. They long for guidance. I challenge anybody and share it with me here at 216 Creator Studios. Go out to eat. It doesn't matter if it's a fast food restaurant or if it's a sit down type restaurant, and take a picture of a family where no one is on their phone. Not a single person is on their phone.
Yep. I am guilty. We're all guilty of this. We've become
Mhm.
addicted to the damn things.
Yeah.
And I will say that I feel so much better. I take my Fridays. So if you guys are trying to contact me on a Friday, I
Mhm.
won't be there. I have completely turned my phone off and I leave it at home.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh my God, I need it. And I'm like, oh no, no, no. It's freeing. Try this.
It is.
I'm telling you, this is spiritual, you guys. This is more at
It
its
is.
core spiritual. And that's why I'm mentioning it on my podcast, because it's a spiritual podcast. But I'm telling you, it is just, I got somebody, any game suggestions? I'm telling you, they love anything you get them. Clue. They remember the old board games.
Oh yeah.
I just bought my 4-year-old granddaughter Trouble. Remember
Mhm.
Trouble, and you click it and you move. Sorry, any of those. I am giving them free. They're getting
Yeah.
free advertising from me anyway. But those games, you just can't. They're These kids are hurting. I
Mhm.
really think too, though, that parents are ignoring their kids on their dang phones too all the time. And I notice that I'm even guilty when my grandkids come here. I will be on it. And I'm like, I've
Yeah.
stopped doing that now. So, I mean, I just want you guys to be aware of it, because I think that we're blaming these kids are so out of control. They're so bad. They're so this, and they're just the blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Pay attention. They're reaching out. They're hurting. They want that human contact, that
Mhm.
old fashioned kinesthetic touching. As an art teacher, when I taught during the pandemic, that was the worst thing I ever did, was had to teach art online during a pandemic.
Mhm.
So, Hawks Nest is like Uno. Uno is a good one too. It teaches them to count.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a secret. My daughter was telling me, and this is absolutely true, you guys. And I'm scared. The kids don't even know how to match multiple choice. They could not do
I could see
multiple
that.
choice in her classroom, because they're just left to the wolves, to an iPad. That's why.
Mhm.
And so she had to teach them. She was telling me last night how to do multiple choice. So here's the answer. Now find in the row. Here's number one, A through J. Which one does that word mean? Now draw a line. She had to teach them
Yeah.
this.
It's
And
crazy.
no, wait, they're in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So I'm saying
Well,
they're reaching out. We have to do something spiritually for each other.
Janie
Okay?
says or
Or
tie
or
shoes.
tie shoes.
But let's be honest. Hey dudes are pretty comfortable. You don't have to tie.
Are those the ones you step into? Like, and
Yeah.
they just click. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I heard about that. That they just step into them and they just
Yeah.
go on. But
Yeah.
hey, remember when you were 5 and all I remember is you couldn't start kindergarten until you could tie your shoe.
Tie your shoe.
Remember?
That's right.
Yep.
That's
And I
right.
remember teaching my kids at 4. Every single one of them could at 4. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie's like, I love hey dudes.
Oh
So
yeah.
anyway, I just, yep. So many people are they're asking. Rita says no phones allowed at my table, and that's the
Yeah.
way it should be. It should be.
Well, the reason I think a reason for a lot of
Yeah.
hate in the world right now is that everybody is dealing in past conversations, right? I mean, this is cool because we're live and you can comment on this live.
Yes. Yes.
But all of a sudden, I'm sitting on the toilet scrolling through social media, which a lot of people do, and I see a post from a month ago, and I decide to comment on it because I'm irritated
Yeah.
today or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So with the way we have quote unquote conversations now is we're dealing with things in the past, right?
Yes.
And we're trying to argue with things in the past, and it doesn't make any sense to me anyway, right?
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, count back change, forget it. We'll be there forever. Right.
You know what? I honestly, I know it's so. I just got somebody says they've stopped teaching cursive writing.
Yeah,
Did you know, if you look at the research from the United States government, and this is from them,
mm-hmm.
that cursive writing helps reading
Absolutely.
scores, but nobody's listening to our own research. And that's, but I will tell you, as an art teacher, I made them learn cursive writing. I did all their notes in cursive, and boy, and they complain and complain. And then after about a month, I didn't hear anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard some of them go, hey, this is a quicker way to take notes. And I said, and instead of putting it on the iPad, and I told him, I said, how can you really learn it by just typing it into an iPad? There's something to say with the hand, you know what I mean? Writing it down, and that it comes into your head better. And they're like, really? I said, try it. And they thanked me. I'm still getting kids that have graduated high school now. I made them learn handwriting, and they're like, thank you. So you see what I'm saying? Like people have just gotten so mean, and I know we're all stressed out. I know that the economy sucks. I know people, it's bad. It's worse than you think it is, you guys. You have to remember, I talked to, okay, so we figured this out, you guys. I kid you not. I've done 100,000 readings over the course. Yes, over the course of as a psychic. I am not kidding you. I thought, well, because I figured out I'm doing about 2,500 a year. So, and I've been doing this for 30 years. So, I mean, I've done a lot of readings. Anyway, people are just, I just think that from what I see and what I hear, I mean, I just had a run-in with a person I was my dentist, and I owed money to him. And I said, you know, I'm a little short in cash right now. I got to buy presents. Can I pay a little money? He went through the roof, turned it to collection, threatened me. You had to see the letter I got. I was like, what, whatever happened? And then accused me of being nasty. And I'm like, I never said a word. I never raised my voice. I never swore. I never, I'm like, I said to him, I said, times are a little tough right now. Can I just make a smaller payment? Nope, not good enough. No, I kid you not. There's been people that I've had so many run-ins with people, and they're nasty. They're just nasty. I know you guys have to be experiencing some of the same things. Walk into a gas station, and I had a lotto ticket, and I kind of didn't toss it to her. Like I'm standing there, and I had it in my hand, and I kind of gave it to her because I couldn't reach. Don't throw that at me. And I was like, what? I looked at my best friend, and we looked at each other, and I'm like, found out she got fired later because she was doing that to everybody. But anyway, do you see it? I don't understand. And the only thing that I can think of is if we all concentrate on giving everybody a pay forward, one kind thing a day. Let's all go back to that, because it really, really helps. At least that's what I say. So Shauna says, dentists do not work with you unless it's a payment plan or credit card with a third party. That's what they did to me. That's what they did. My insurance wouldn't cover it completely. So they said to me, well, we're going to turn it over to collection. And I go, well, okay. I said, I'll just make the payment there. Oh, it'll be on your credit. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, if you're going to act like that, I've already switched my dentist, and I had him for over 5 years. I mean, come on now. Yeah, people, I know they want their money, but they're overcharging. That you do guys realize, by the way, side note, and this is all stopping soon. I still say we're getting national health care. I don't know when. I want to say by 2030, but so it's still coming, but or 2028, something like that. But we are subsidizing our taxes. Our tax dollars are going to these companies. These companies are getting paid by us, and then they're recharging us.
Yeah.
You do understand that's what's going on, right? So yeah, so I'm like, I don't know, but I think that we're all at our limit. And I used to think that this was just the United States. This is something that I noticed, because I remember I talked to people all around the world. I've got followers in England and Netherlands. What happens first starts here in the United States for some reason, maybe because we've been a bigger country or whatever, more powerful, whatever. And it goes elsewhere. And I'm telling you, the people are not any nicer anywhere else. Trust me right now. I've read online in England, and I love my English people, but I have been hung up on many times. And so when I was doing readings there, and so it's everywhere. I don't want anybody to think that just Americans are this and that, and Canadians are this and that, and Australians. No, it's everywhere.
We're pretty spot on with the way the world sees us, I think.
So I just, all I know is that you know what? I find it interesting that I've mentioned this. Remember, I told you everybody was moving back to the Midwest. That was my prediction. It's happening. And what's the number one spot everybody's moving back to around me is California. They don't realize that's so damn cold here, but they can't believe how we're nicer though. We're nice, supposedly. And I'm thinking, not really, not the way it's been, but compared to other people. And that's sad. So this is what I want everybody to do collectively, because I know I got a lot of people listening. One kind thing a day. Don't expect anything back. Don't, and it'll reverberate. It's positive energy, guys. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Start with yourself.
Start exactly.
Right.
And
do something nice for yourself.
Like I usually, start with yourself. Do something nice. And then concentrate on one kind thing that nobody. Okay, so the reason why they always said, and this is biblical too. You know, I'm sort of biblical, but not really. You know, anyway, that when you do something for somebody, you shouldn't let anybody know you did it. It talks about it in the Bible to give anonymously, to do something anonymously. Why is that? Why is that, Kent? You know why, right? You should give it and do it anonymously.
Yeah, because then you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart.
Yes, and because you're not looking for anything back, and you're not looking for kudos. You're not looking for a social media camera. Look at me. I'm so wonderful. I gave.
All right.
That's what it's about. Okay? That's what it's about. All right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I love
Billy Sandoval says, go ahead.
I've got a good friend, and he loves to do what he calls quote unquote random acts of kindness. Like I love buying somebody in line a cup of coffee.
I
go,
that.
Oh, really? I
had one day somebody bought my gas.
Yeah.
I was like so nice to somebody. So what I did then, so here it snowballs.
Right.
Well, you saved me $50. So I spent $25. I bought the next 3 cars behind me coffee.
Yeah. So
you see how that goes?
So I said, so how often do you do that? And why do you do it? He goes, I love seeing the look on people's face when I do it.
Yes.
I go, then you're not doing it for the right reasons, you idiot.
Yeah. I will
you're doing it for self-fulfillment.
This is the one that I have found. It doesn't cost a dime. Have you ever try this, you guys, try it. Pull up to a fast food restaurant like McDonald's and tell one of the women or the girls that they're beautiful. Oh my God, you are so beautiful. You have the most beautiful eyes. You want to see, they don't know what to say to you, but that kind of stuff, or even, oh, you're so handsome. You're such a nice young man. You know, something, it will floor them. They won't know. They'll be like, because we're not used to being nice to each other. You know? So I want you to remember this, that's what's going on. And it hurts my heart as an empath to see it. And it really broke my heart to have a relationship with a dentist for over 6 years and to go off on me. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and you need to pay. And it was a fairly large amount right now or else. And I'm like, well, or else. Okay, that's fine. And I went back to my other dentist. So, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I know it's a business, but it's not. And I will tell you, after dealing with so many thousands of people, and you guys don't know, if you're on my Instagram, if you're on my TikTok, I probably have a lot of people watching me on my live.
Yeah.
And about between 850 to 1 million people. There's a lot there. There's a lot. And I'm trying to get this message out to everybody everybody's like, just be kind, but do it for the right reason. You know, I mean, it really bothers me. It hurts my heart to see how divided, and trust me, I'm telling you, this right wing, left wing, you know, I'm more down the middle, but these real extremists are starting to pop up in other countries. And it's pretty, I mean, I could go into great detail. They're starting to come from everywhere. And I still say that is the reaction because it's the age of Aquarius. All right. It's political season and people are nuts. I hear it.
Donna says we have the Indiana University School of Dentistry. They do dental work for free. Now, these are students, so you get what you get. But they do implants, whole thing. But it's helped many
Oh,
families.
that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice. Thank you for mentioning that, Shauna.
So she says, "Hey, go over to Indiana."
Well, it's not like, okay, so my insurance refused to pay for my braces. You guys know I had braces for a while, and they only paid half of it or part of it. So I had a bill, and that's where it's coming from. But it hurts my heart because I don't think the dentist knew. I really think sometimes there are these people that are doing the
calls,
the billing. And anyway, I just, I've had so many instances this last 6 months where people are just in your face. I had somebody screaming at me. It was a manager of a GameStop, because I was talking to somebody and they were having a bit of a crisis. And I was talking to him while I was buying a card. Get off your phone now. And he went on. I am not exaggerating. Even the guy on the phone heard it. He goes, I can't believe somebody talked like that. Well, found out, here we go again. He was doing it to other people, got fired too. These people are like, I don't understand. I think a lot of it too is there's so many people that didn't end up with any people skills during the pandemic, and I go out of my way to make myself visible, make myself accessible, make myself be kind. If I've had a couple of clients that have made me angry because I had somebody that went off on me. They said I gypped them because I didn't get to them in my live, but I told them to call me, and they went off this long letter, and I was angry. And so, but I did not react. I waited, count to 10 type thing works. But I just understand, there's people skills that are missing.
Yeah.
Or do they not care? I can't get the feeling that some people just don't care either.
Some people just don't care. Rosalie says she works at Target, and this last week, people have just been awful. That's my kids, my family knows my job as we're shopping. I hate shopping. I buy. So if I need something, I go get it. Right. But
thing.
But my job, I always, I ask the cashiers, I ask the people who are working, because it's stressful right now and they're all overworked, underpaid, hey, how's your energy? I ask them about their energy. And they kind of look at me like, what? I go, yeah, man, how's your energy? You can be having a crap day, but you have good energy,
Yeah.
So, and then I will, and Lana, it's funny that you bring that up. I do that all the time at drive-thrus, and my kids and my wife, if I don't say, hey, you know what? I just want to say how much I appreciate you for being here for me today. You're beautiful. Hope, if I don't say something like that, and we drive away, my family's like, you okay? Are you mad or something, Dad?
Yeah.
Because to me, it's again, it's that energy. Just share that positive energy out.
You have no idea. That can mean a life or death to people. Saying one kind thing.
Yeah.
I always tell all you guys that I'm more than a reader. Yeah, I do. I'm a card reader. No, I'm a counselor. I do have a background in it a little bit. I have, my master's degree in it with a concentration in psychology, but I've saved people's lives. I just had one recently. I saved her life, and I had the police come get her and put her in a facility. And she called me, and I'm the one who traced her down, found where she was. That's the thing, that what can we do for the other people? I didn't have to do that. It was on my day off, but I picked the phone up. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think people just need, like on Fridays, though, I will tell you, I do not pick the phone up because I got to get away from my cell phone. But if I can see something, I will help. And I do think at our core, people are good. There's just so much dissension right now. And it's because you have to understand it's the age of Aquarius. It's the age of Aquarius, you guys. The age of Aquarius started in 2020 and at the end of 2020. And this is reverberation from all the negative stuff that's been going on for so long. The corrupt governments, the corrupt corporations, the corrupt systems in general, they're worried. They're trying to grab back control, and they're going to lose it because at its core, love rules all.
Always.
So just remember that. All right. Okay. So it looks like it's about that time, sir.
We are right at that point in the show where now you can ask questions of the psychic. Please be very, very specific in what you ask. Don't say, hey, do you hear anything or anybody coming through? Be very specific. Now's a good time too, maybe to ask about 2024 or how 2023 is going to end up for you.
Yes.
But the best thing to do is ask. Now, if we do not get to your questions, feel free to set a time, with Lana for a reading, a personal one-on-one where she could dial in a little bit more of her focus and energy. So,
and I have gift cards now. I've had people buying them, and then you can just use the promo code and you can give it to somebody. I had somebody buy 5 of them. So
yeah.
I'm like, cool. And then you can use them whenever you want, and they can just put the appointment in, and then all they do is just put the little code in, the promo code.
Right.
So there you go. How's that?
All right. I love it. Here we
All
go. Right. And we'll start with Rosalie. She just says, love is the greatest. Absolutely.
Yes.
Faye says, what does the next 30 days look like for me?
Do you have downtime, Faye? Are you going to be off during? It feels like you're off. Are you off at Christmas time? Like, I know my husband's off for a week. He gets paid, but he's off from Christmas to New Year. You feel like you're downtime. And by the way, be careful, you guys. It's Mercury in retrograde. If you guys don't know what Mercury in retrograde is, one more time, everything's messed up. You're going to fight. You're going to have arguments. You're going to have, don't sign any paperwork. There's going to be paperwork screwed up. All your electronics are going to be screwed up. And what it's for is for you to work through and heal. You may be thinking of somebody from when you were 5 who wronged you and it hadn't been healed. And you're like, you couldn't get it out of your head. You can't get it out of your head because you need to let it go. And it's something that comes back. And that's what Mercury retrograde is for. So just warning you guys. Okay. I think it lasts until the first week of January. All right.
There you go. Janie says, what is autism?
What do you, huh?
Right.
What is, I know what autism is. It's neurological. All right. It can be genetic, but not necessarily. It can be caused by other factors. I'm not going there with that, but heavy metals, it can be. But autism, that's an interesting question. Somebody would ask me that because I used to be, like, you know why I was probably asked this. I used to be a diagnostician and I identified learning disabilities, behavior disorders, and autism. And I did it for a couple of years. Didn't realize I was using my psychic ability at that time because people are like, how did you get that on the money? I said, yeah, he has a disability in his auditory processing. And they would be, how do you know? You haven't, I only work with the kid 10 minutes. And I said, I don't know. I was young. I was 24 years old. I didn't know. I just knew and then I would write the goals that he needed to work on and be like, how did you do that? And I can crank them. And if you guys don't know, I don't know why this is about me. I can crank things. I can crank artwork. I can crank readings. I'm quick. It may be a Sag thing, but everything I do is kind of quick. And they used to pay me to go to these buildings and write these IEPs, and I cranked them. They were, and I would go to another building and write a whole bunch of IEPs, and I knew what I was doing at 22, 23 years old because I came right out and I think I was using my ability. I think, now that I look back. So anyway. All right, go ahead. We got some more.
All right. Terry T says, Miss Lana, if I text H, will he receive it well or will it weird him out?
I feel like it might weird him out, Terry. I want you to be careful. If you do text, don't put any attachment, but, have a nice Christmas or something like that where it's not weird. It's not. Do you know what I'm saying?
It'll weird him out if you weird him out.
Yeah, you're gonna weird. For some reason, I'm getting that. Like he said, like, really? So I want you to be careful what you do say. Okay, but I don't tell you not to. Just be careful. Okay. All right.
Tracy 7 says, and let me answer this for you. Will love be coming in 2024 for me? Yes. Yeah. Every Wednesday right here at 21.6. We love you, and just tune in.
Tracy, it will be. It will be. I want to say around spring, like April, May. It seems like something's really good around then. Yes. Okay.
A little spring fling, perhaps. That's
there
nice.
You go. That would be nice when it gets warm. All right. I'm going to take off of Instagram. Yep. Anything I need to worry about before the year ends? Zidney. Zidney Zin. That's what her name is. No, but I feel like there might be a bill you don't know about that might pop up. Keep a couple $100 away.
Mhm.
I don't know why. I'm pretty good at knowing when that kind of, it seems like something's going to pop up, dear. Okay. So just be careful. All right. Just to make sure. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Faye responded, yeah, she's retired. You were
Oh,
asking about, in the next 30 days for her. What does it look
okay.
like?
Is that why you're off? Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. I felt like
Yep.
you were just relaxing. That's why, Faye. Okay. Do you see how this goes? And by the way, Kent, I don't know if I told you, but I was on a live and I called a woman out by accident. I said, no offense, but there's two men. And she got really quiet really fast. She was having an affair. No, she was having an affair and she blanked out. It just, she disappeared.
Gotta
And I'm like,
go.
I'm sorry. But there's two men. And she's like, yeah, then she came back later and she goes, okay, you outed me. And that's all it said. I'm like, okay. So I thought it was kind of funny, but anyway. All right. So go ahead. What we got here.
All right. Let's see. Where did I leave off?
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, Lana, I am in a new relationship and just wanted to know if you have any insights on what is to come. Our good friend Rachel Brown.
Rachel, be patient. Don't push it. I want to say it's a very slow, easy developing relationship. It's not intense. It's just don't overreact. All right. As I'm talking to you, I just pulled a card and I got the Temperance. So the Temperance means to never overreact, to stay grounded, enjoy the ride.
There you go.
Okay. Does that help? All right. Let me take somebody off TikTok.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. My daughter wants to study robotics. Is that something she'll enjoy? Yes, she will. That is what she's going to be going into computers. She might be going more into graphics though. For some reason, I'm picking that up. All right. Or even AI somehow with graphics. See, I don't know what's coming up in the future. I can see it, but I can't always describe it. Kind of like when I predicted tanks in the desert, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I do, just a note, you guys some people might not like this. There's going to be a ceasefire in Israel, and it's going to be perpetuated by the United States.
Oh.
Okay.
That's good.
I know I know, but people are like, they're so polarized on one side or the other. And I'm telling you, it's going to be perpetuated by the US. So just a thought that I haven't mentioned much about the war because there's such polarization.
Yeah.
But that is one thing I will say. Okay. All right.
Brenda Wilson says, will I change jobs soon?
Not till about late February, early March. Yes, you're gonna have an interview. You're gonna change jobs. You might take a little pay cut. Be careful, but the potential to make great money is there. So you might go anyway. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. Now, one more reminder for all of you guys: Taurus, Aries, Leo, Virgo, and Capricorn should do extremely well or better than average this year financially. I had Susie Evolutionary and we sat down and she's teaching me transits. We were looking at the 24 here and it does look really good. I'm hoping I'm a Capricorn rising. And you do understand that you can be one of those signs. There's a lot of people with that sign. Remember I said that a lot of people, there's money coming to a lot of people. I know there is. I don't understand it yet. But like I said, it's coming to you. And if you're a sun, a moon, or a rising, it doesn't matter. I am a Taurus North Node also, but I'm a Capricorn rising. That I still say, I will ask you for your rising. Even though I have your sun, I still will tell you right now that I like to look at your rising sign because that a lot of times that's more you than anything. So just remember that. So you've got one of those 5 signs in any of those positions, you're going to do well financially this year. Oh, you're a triple Taurus. She's like, I'm hearing yes. No, really. Yeah. Also for
which ones were they?
Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Aries, Leo. And if you are a Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, you're going to, it might not be so much financial, but you're going to get your wishes.
Nice.
Interesting that remember I told you way back in like 21 that 24 to 26 is going to blow our minds.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's coming, and it's very positive energy. There's just a lot of positive energy coming. You're going to start to, you're going to start to see this shift. I'm sure I keep praying every day that everybody absorbs this shift that's coming. Okay. All right. So,
I love it.
Yeah. All right.
Rosalie says, will Patty reach out to me at all?
I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. He's scared to. Rosalie, does that make sense? I don't know why, but I feel like he's scared to. I'm good at picking up the emotions of how people are feeling. And it seems like that he's very scared to do it. All right. So just remember that. All right. Let's see on Instagram. Will my MRI on my liver go well tomorrow? MF Nikon. Yes, they're going to have to do another test yet. You have to be tested again. I don't know if it didn't take or they have to do more of it. Nice. So but I understand. So, okay. And remember, I'm going to be here the 3rd and then the 10th, and then I'm gone for 6 weeks, you guys. So I've already got people asking me like, what am I going to do? And I've got blah, blah. And I'm like, it depends. My daughter was better. I'm getting weight loss surgery. It was better. She felt better in 2 weeks. It only took her 2 weeks, and she has half of me. So, and we have very, very high pain thresholds. I don't feel pain like other people. And that's why when I was sick with my kidney infection, they're like, don't you feel lousy? I'm like, no, a little bit. And then once I got treatment, I noticed that my back wasn't stiff and there was a little bit of an ache. He goes, I can't believe your back isn't killing you. I'm like, out of 1 to 10, it's a 1. And I just didn't, we just don't. And 2 of my 3 children have the same thing. We don't feel pain. Like I could be running 104 temperature and I'll say, yeah, I feel a little hot. And we just don't. So I don't know why. It's just a family thing, I guess. Okay.
Son says, hi, Lana. When will I get pregnant again? Had a miscarriage last month.
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And in this day and age, in this country, it's dangerous. I want to say you need to rest your body a little. It might be March. It's not that long away, dear. But I do say that but rest your body up a little. And by the way, I have a TikTok that went viral, and it's all about dandelion root. And I always tell everybody that dandelion root, it's a green vegetable. So you have to be careful, even though I told you can take 3,000 to 5,000 milligrams. That's just, it's not even a teaspoon, and, but be careful because of the calcium, because it can bond to calcium. Make sure you're taking a multivitamin with it also. Anyway, and I've forgotten to tell some people that they need to be doing both. And I've backed mine off because I'm getting weight loss surgery and it's a blood thinner. Good for your heart. But I'm backing it slowly down. But the reason that I mentioned it is because it can help with fertility. It's been proven. My daughter is trying to get pregnant right now, my oldest, and she is taking 2 drops in her protein shake every morning.
There we go.
So just a thought, okay? I'm not a doctor. Yeah. That's my disclaimer, but that's what we're doing, okay?
But she is a psychic. All right. Nicolette 90 says, hi, will my family join us on our Mexico trip in 2024?
I feel like they are going to, but something happens and they can't. Sorry. Yeah. It feels like they're on their way, and then something pops up. So just thought about it. Just a thought. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a couple of people up off of TikTok. We are packing our entire family up and moving to our country house. Will it go smoothly? Yes. You're supposed to be there. Sounds good. It sounds real good. You'll enjoy that. You'll be very happy there. Okay. All right. A couple more people. Yes.
Shauna King says, will Kenny's foot fully heal. He was in a major work accident 3 weeks ago, completely crushed his foot. Our 5-year-old son is having a hard time with dad being down.
He'll always have, I had this happen to my husband. He dropped 600 pounds on his foot years ago. Yes, he's going to have some type of surgery though, or something to fix something, but it'll always ache and bother him, but it will heal. He will be okay. I do feel like he'll never be able to run a marathon again, but I feel like he'll be up and around doing this normal stuff. Okay. But cool. Yeah, there's a surgery that he's got to have that's going to repair something. Okay. All right. One more question.
Let's see, because there's a ton here. Let's go with Angela. It's always a good one. I just want confirmation with a dream. Will my future partner already have kids? Thank you.
Yes. 2. Yes, Angelus. I talk to you all the time. 2. Believe 2. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, then let's go with one more. How about that?
Okay, one more.
Alyssa says, hello, Lana. What do my guides need me to know about myself right now?
You're too hard on yourself. You're your own worst enemy. You create problems for yourself. When you start to be successful, you sabotage yourself, and you need to stop that, and you need to pay attention to it. That is exactly what they're saying to me. See if I'm right. Ask her if I'm right, because that's what they're saying. That you accidentally, every time you start to be successful, you do something because you don't think you deserve to be successful. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's with a lot of people. That's not just you, dear, but it happens a lot. And you're really bad at that. That's something you need to work on. Letting the good things come to you, enjoy them, and say, I deserve this.
Absolutely deserve it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Listen, our time is just over. It goes so fast. Thank you, Lana. She says you are correct. Yes, I think I always expect the negative.
Yeah. And you need to stop that, dear. It's something you need to work on. Yep. It comes with maturity. You look fairly young. So it's, let it come and go. Oh, thank God. Do you know what I'm saying? It's something everybody now has to work on. All right.
That's it. Listen, for all of us here at 216 Net, if we didn't get to I am so sorry we couldn't get to it in the time allotted, but reach out to Lana. Go to www.lanasenchantedSky.com, and she will do a reading for you. Also, reach out to Sue. Great time of year to get healthy, natural diet needs for your fur babies. Check her out at diamondsnaturalstore.com. We absolutely love them over there. For all of us here at 216 Net, thanks for getting caught in the net. And until we meet again, remember, be good, but more importantly, be good to one another.